I began searching for a history, my own history, because I things which have happened in the world while there were cameras watching, and parts we have images for.
This is a real attack, not a maneuver. The Japanese are bombing Pearl Harbor. Please keep in your home. Do not go on the streets. This is a real attack.
There are other things which have happened while there were no cameras watching, which we restage in front of cameras to have images of.
This is a real attack, not a maneuver. This is a real attack, not a maneuver.
Images of.
War. It came again to Europe in 1939. It moved on to a new climax at Pearl Harbor in 1941. Within a few hours of the event, Canada was at war with Japan. And as in other nations of the Pacific, fear of attack became suddenly real.
Much later in camp, we heard that our house was stolen, literally uprooted and moved to another location. To this day, we have no trace of it.
A very large proportion lived in buildings entirely unsuitable for human use. All too frequently, this was the case in the small fishing villages. Sewage disposal was elementary in the extreme, and the unsanitary conditions resulting were the cause of much poor health. In 1942, in the fall of 1942, the last group of Japanese left the West Coast and headed well north of the large location inside the Western number one winter proved of Japanese racial descent. And it was necessary to organize all of the available help and declare health conditions turn out fuel. Some had adopted Canadian ways. A very large health force lived in buildings around it. Others lived crowded in of fuel. It should be made clear that Japanese residents in these towns are not living in internment camps. Travel between towns in the... It should be made clear that Japanese residents in these towns are not living in internment camps. Travel between towns in the same group is
There are
not
other things which have
restricted.
happened while there were no cameras watching, which we restage in front of cameras to have images of.
With shakes split from cedar, many of the houses are made warmer and more attractive.
That was the thing about the Japanese. They took barren land and brought water to it. They bought up all the land that no one wanted and made things grow on it. They prospered and the white farmers hated them, and eventually they were driven out of California after Pearl Harbor. The irony is they did it again in Poston. They brought water to the land and made things grow. There are things which have happened in the world while there were cameras watching, things we have images for,